What's up guys, welcome back to the BroCast. In this week's episode I want to introduce you to Project Brazil, then Skyblivion, and lastly I feel it would be a little inappropriate if I didn't at least mention Rocket League. So let's start with Project Brazil. This total overhaul seeks to be an almost total conversion of Fallout New Vegas. Project Brazil adds a brand new storyline to explore and experience with you playing as the new protagonist. Throughout this adventure you'll be embarking on a quest to a hidden complex in the city ruins of Los Angeles. Along the way you will of course meet and interact with different factions throughout the area of San Bernardino, such as the Survivalist Army, the New California Republic, and the Super Mutants, each with their own agenda to control the Mojave Wasteland. And this is what I thought New Vegas did exceptionally well compared to Fallout 3 for instance. The faction interaction you had made the game feel more like an RPG, to me at least. I really like that. I hope this overhaul does this just as good, but let's see. And the story takes place before the New Vegas storyline, so before the courier was born and the character you were playing in New Vegas. And as far as I know, there is no release date set for Project Brazil, but the developer team have set themselves that they expect the game, or the full part of the game, to be out in December with a beta coming up in October. And obviously this means that they will actually be competing against the new Fallout 4 release. So I wish them the best of luck, but this could be tricky. I'll still be playing the game though. I love the Fallout universe. And so far with part 1 that has been released with this game, there has been some really awesome user reviews. So I'm definitely checking it out. Alright, next up guys, I gotta ask, how many of you guys have ever traveled the snowy mountains of Skyrim and asked yourself, hey, wouldn't it be cool if I could go to Cyrodiil and the Shivering Isles to re-explore the Oblivion game, but with the enhanced and new engine of Skyrim? Well, I know I have, and so has many others. And for us players who craves that, there will potentially be a solution in Skyblivion. So Skyblivion plans to bring Cyrodiil and the Shivering Isles from Oblivion into Skyrim, alongside as many quests from Oblivion as possible. So if you've played Oblivion, then you are most likely recognizing some of the areas being showed here in the background, such as the Imperial City, the Allied ruins, but perhaps even more recognizable is the feeling of riding through the countryside without it snowing into your helmet, or wolves and Draugr trying to kill you all the fucking time. Ah yes, the peace! That's what I really liked about Oblivion. It was cozy riding through the countryside, right? Skyblivion has been in development for quite a while, and it is being developed as kind of a community project. The overhaul's current state is alpha state, and there's no estimated release date, which kind of worries me a bit, as these ambitious projects have a tendency to stall or even die out after some time. I hope that's not the case for this project, as I would really like to revisit Cyrodiil with new and enhanced graphics and the engine from Skyrim. And guys, I cannot be the only one, right? Let me know down below. So next up, unless you have been living under a rock for the past few, let's say months or even weeks, then you have probably heard about a little game called Rocket League, right? Because Rocket League is all the rage right now, guys. The game is a physics-based vehicle soccer game developed and published by Psyonix. It's a sequel to the 2008's supersonic, acrobatic, rocket-powered battle cars. That name, right? Yeah, that's what the developers thought. So, to make it more recognizable or memorable, they changed it to Rocket League. And that's probably a good idea, because even though I've written this down on top of my head, I cannot even remember what I just said. So, good idea, developers. Rocket League's gameplay is largely the same as its predecessors. You take control of a rocket-powered car and use it to hit and steer a much larger ball towards the other team's goal area to score points. And the game very much resembles soccer in this regard, and soccer? Not a big fan, guys. The game is played by one or more players. It can be played locally or online, and it has actually already developed a very active and competitive community. And the game was released close to 2 weeks ago on July the 7th. And while I haven't played the game myself, I've been watching other streamers and YouTubers do this. And I must say that even though I don't like soccer, it looks pretty awesome. And when reading through professional reviews, but also listening to people's opinions about the game is constantly being praised for having crisp graphics and having excellent controls, and I don't know, maybe I should just try it out instead of talking about it. But that's it for today, guys. But before we end, I do, of course, as always, have a few questions for you. First of all, how many of you guys have actual faith in Project Brazil and Skyblivion to end up getting finished? I'm a little reluctant myself, especially when it comes to Skyblivion. Project Brazil, I have a little more faith in that, but we will have to see. Secondly, how many of you guys have tried Rocket League so far? And I want to ask you this, do you think the game could hold potential as a new esports game? Oh, and lastly, am I the only one who fucking hated the Oblivion portals? The one you had to go through to progress the storyline in Oblivion. I hated that shit. Oh. Exactly, that's the feeling I got. I just wanted to be out there exploring the world. I cannot be the only one, right? Please back me up on this. Anyway, thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe for more gaming news. And bros, do you even nerd?